am back. We have a new camera angle. I might look taller, I might look fatter, I might look thinner, I might look like I have a bigger forehead. I have no idea if this is flattering or not, but I wanted you guys to see everything that's on the table. Cheers. Alright, now, if you guys are on TikTok, you may have heard about these 2-ingredient bagels. They are so full of shit, by the way. They are not 2 ingredients, okay? They are at least like 3 or 4, but whatever. These were like all the rage a couple months ago on TikTok. I don't think anyone's talking about them anymore. But here's the thing. So let's get to the 2 ingredients. If they were 2 ingredients, it's supposed to be Greek yogurt and self-rising flour. Now, I don't have self-rising flour. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna make it because I Googled that and you can make it yourself at home. So instead of buying self-rising flour, that's what we're gonna do. But you would still need either an egg for an egg wash or melted butter, which is what we're gonna do, plus your toppings. So these are not 2-ingredient bagels, but the reason why I wanted to make them, I mean, I love bagels. Like, they might be my favorite, at least breakfast. Like a good bagel sandwich with sausage, egg, and cheese. And by the way, if you watched my Irish bangers and mash video, those sausages are fantastic on a bagel. We don't have them anymore, but if we did, I would definitely be making a bagel sandwich today with that. But anyway, the reason why I want to make these bagels is because I have heard a lot of people, and by that I mean 2, say that they taste exactly like regular bagels, and I don't believe you. I'm sorry, I don't believe you. So I trust you enough that I've decided I'm going to make the bagels. However, my intention is to prove you wrong because I just don't believe you. But if I agree with you, I will admit it because I'm a big person in that way. Now, let's get started. So we're gonna start by making our self-rising flour because as I mentioned, I don't have that. So right here, I've got all-purpose flour and we are going to take 1 cup of that. I got every measuring thing right here. We're gonna grab our cup. Actually, I lied. So the recipe I got for self-rising flour, and I will link this in the description, it doesn't yield enough for the bagel recipe, so we're gonna double it. And then I got myself a little container here just to put the extra self-rising flour. There's not gonna be a lot left over, and I don't know the next time I'm gonna use this unless I like this recipe and I decide to make it again. So I don't wanna make a ton. I didn't feel like doing the math to figure out fractions of a teaspoon and fractions of a tablespoon because I would have needed to do that to get the exact amount of self-rising flour for what we need today. And here we go. So 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Oh, I should have gotten a butter knife. And I am not usually fancy. I should have held this up to try to show you without making a mess. We are gonna use the sieve today. All of the bakers who like take themselves seriously, they sift their flour and their dry ingredients. Now, I always felt like that was extra work and it's getting something extra dirty, so I didn't want to be bothered, but I've been baking a lot on this channel, and in my last video where I made the blueberry muffins, I definitely noticed that like my ingredients didn't seem to be mixed all that well. I won't bore you with all the details here, but basically, I think it might make sense to sift your ingredients, especially if you bake a lot, which at this point in this channel, I kind of do. So I'm sifting mine. If you don't feel like it, I don't think you should do it. I'm not gonna judge you, and I'm not gonna make you. You do it your way, I'll do it my way. By the way, speaking of TikTok, have you guys seen those videos where I feel like this is a whole like class of videos on TikTok. They talk about flour and how like it comes oftentimes with like larvae and eggs in it, and if you're not careful with how you store it, your flour is gonna be full of all these bugs. Like, I really think those videos are fake, but they freak me out to a degree, to the point where every now and then I just like stare down our flour and make sure nothing's moving in it. There is not a lot of room. I don't think I calculated this capacity very well with the bowl and the sifter. I mean, the sifter's too big for the bowl. Done with our flour for now. All right, now since we're doubling the recipe, we're gonna use a teaspoon of salt. I'm using this one. It might have been a little bit more than a teaspoon, but no one's gonna know. And we want a tablespoon of baking powder. Baking powder used to be one of those things that I would buy like every 5 years, maybe even less often. And now that I've been doing all this baking on this channel, we're like really going through this, but I'm very excited. I really like making new recipes, so thank you for giving me an excuse to. All right, now I didn't get a utensil to stir this with, so I guess I should do that. I don't know if this is the right one, but we're gonna use it. So I'm gonna just try to stir. I don't even know if this is the right thing to do. Maybe you're not supposed to stir while it's in the sifter. All the bakers, they shake. Oh, this is getting everywhere. I need a bigger bowl. Let's just use this for now. Oh dear. Right, hang on. And it's on my shirt. All right, take 2. Now, I've always seen the bakers, I'm not good at this. I've always seen them shake. Yeah, okay, now we're talking. Well, there were no clumps. I feel like that was a wasted step. Gonna give these a good mixeroo. We're gonna have to clean up after this video. Let me show you guys. Here's all the flour I just splashed everywhere. There's more on the floor, but that's hard to show. I'm stirring with too much excitement, I think. I think that's why I'm splashing. All right. Now, I was gonna use this bowl to mix the dough, so I think I need to find a bigger bowl now. All right, so I know I make things complicated over here, but we're gonna transfer our self-rising flour. By the way, we're done now. We've made self-rising flour, so I'm gonna just pour it into this smaller bowl so I can use the larger bowl to mix my bagel dough. Now, we've got our flour, we've got a mess on the table. Let's start making the bagels. We want 1 3/4, we want to preheat our oven to, it says 350. I'm gonna set my oven to 360 because our oven works better when you go a little warmer than the recipe says. So, be right back. All right, now we just want to combine our Greek yogurt and our self-rising flour. So, we need 1 3/4 cups of our flour. Little tricky one. All right, we got our flour. Now we want 1 cup of our Greek yogurt. This is my least favorite smell in the world, but I'm doing it for you guys. It always feels really nice when you open your Greek yogurt and there's not like weird liquid on the top. That smell. Oh, seriously, how do people eat this? You're probably wondering why I even buy Greek yogurt if I think it's so disgusting. Here's why. It's actually really good for you. Well, you've probably heard that before, but it really is. What I really think is cool is the cultures. They're really good for your digestive system. It's got probiotics. Now, I don't know if those probiotics stay alive when you bake them. Maybe they do. And it's like I said, it's a healthy food and I like, that you can bake with it. So I use it in recipes when I can. I'd never like sit there and eat it out of a bowl because that's just so vile. But I try to get the health benefits of Greek yogurt whenever I can, even though, it stinks. Okay, now it says we want to mix this well until a ball of dough forms. So I am gonna just scrape off as much of this Greek yogurt as I can from the measuring cup because we don't want to waste. And I'm gonna mix it with a fork. That seems like the right tool to me. All right, so I'm gonna mix this up and then I'll see you guys and I'll show you what the dough ball looks like. Oh, and I did also see, I don't know if I saw this on TikTok, I might have seen it on Pinterest. I saw a recipe from someone with basically this same dough. You start with Greek yogurt and I think self-rising flour, but they made garlic knots and I love garlic knots. So as long as this comes out not tasting like Greek yogurt, I would say that this could be like a really cool kind of all-purpose bread dough and maybe we'll make other things with it. But first we need to make sure that it doesn't taste yogurty. I will say that Greek yogurt smell is starting to kind of disappear, I think because the flour is overpowering it, so that's nice. Now, it says lightly grease a kitchen surface with extra flour, place the ball of dough on top and top with a little extra flour, and then gently knead the dough on both sides, flattening it out into a circular shape. Guys, don't do what I did. All right, I think I've gotten as much of it off my hands as I can. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of flour on my cutting board. Got some flour on here. Gonna get my dough ball. By the way, this is what it looks like. Put a little more flour. Now we really don't have a ton of leftover flour, so that's good, I guess, right? I don't know. I might have poured too much flour onto the work surface. Now they wanted me to flatten this. They didn't say to use a rolling pin, so we're not. And they want you to get it into 4 evenly sized pieces. I feel like I should be using a scale to do that because I won't really know if they're even. And at this point, it's taken me so long to make this, I may as well just take out the scale. So let me go grab that. I got my food scale here. All right, so my dough says it's 18.75 ounces. So we're looking for roughly 4.69 ounces per bagel. We got 4.7, that's good enough for me. Guys, I made such a mess, I don't think there's really very much leftover flour at all. Oops. All right, we got these mostly equally sized. So now for the fun part. So they tell you to roll this out into a sausage shape and then like form a loop and that's how you get your bagel shape. I don't understand why people make bagels that way. I feel like it's easier to just make a big blob and then pull a hole in the middle, right? Like, isn't that easier? I guess it's uneven and I guess that's why. All right, we'll do it their way. See, I don't like it this way because it's falling apart. First bagel. Done. Well, at least up to this point. Now, I don't know why, but it like really matters to me that you're not able to tell where I joined the ends of the dough together. You definitely can tell, but I don't want you to know. I just love how all the videos on TikTok of people making this recipe are like a maximum of 10 seconds long, and I've been doing this for like, I've been at this video now for, oh my god, probably like 40 minutes. And we don't even have the bagels yet. That is why TikTok is deceiving. Bagel number 3. Definitely could have used a smaller pan. Don't know what I was thinking there. All right, guys, bagel number 4. Let's see if I can show you the whole tray. Yeah, how's that? Okay, now I need to cut some butter off my block, throw it in the microwave to melt, and then we're gonna give these guys a coating and put our toppings on. I'm very excited. Does anybody else buy this Kirkland grass-fed butter and absolutely hate the way that they packaged it? Let's toss this in the microwave. 30 seconds. You can't see me. That may have been more time than it needed. Okay guys, so we are ready. I'm gonna try to show you what I'm doing. Got my bagels here, and we're gonna brush on our butter. I mean, it's like, this is not like edge of your seat suspenseful stuff, but I'll give you a close up. We're doing this without a tripod, so try not to be jealous of my camera work. Now for our toppings. So we have this everything but the bagel seasoning. We get this at Costco. I think I'm going to do 2 of these with everything seasoning and then 2 with sesame seed, because this stuff is a little bit expensive, and in case we end up hating these bagels, like, I don't want to waste it. Okay guys, so now it says in the recipe to bake these for 20 to 22 minutes or until golden brown, removed from the oven and allowed to cool completely. That's weird because who doesn't like freshly baked warm bagels? But anyway, I think I'm gonna give them 20 minutes. There's no raw egg or anything, so we don't really have to worry about anything being undercooked, so I'd rather check them sooner rather than later. So I'm gonna give them 20 minutes. And I will check back with you and I'll show you what they look like after the timer is done. So see you then. All right guys, I'm shooting this clip just with my overhead normal kitchen lights, but this is what the bagels look like. Altogether, they cooked for almost 25 minutes, but they are slightly golden brown. They smell like they're done, so I didn't want to cook them too much. The recipe did say to let them cool completely. I think that might be because they're supposed to like set. If you know how like when you make brownies, sometimes they look like they're raw, but that's because they have to cool down and like set. So I'm gonna leave these here for a while. I'm gonna go shoot another video, so make sure that you're subscribed and that you turn on notifications so you don't miss that. But once these are cooled down, or at least mostly cooled down, Billy and I will try them and we'll let you know what we think. I've poked it a lot. I didn't know if you wanted to poke it or sniff it, or... Am I in the frame? Yeah. Wow, I didn't look at the bottom. Look at the bottom.
I mean, it looks like a bagel. It smells like a bagel. I'm excited to try it.
Yay. Okay, do you want to cut it? So, I feel horrible. Neither one of us...
Cut it in half?
Yeah. Neither one of us has eaten yet today, and I feel really bad because I kept Billy out of the kitchen unintentionally, and I'm sorry. What?
No, I thought we were going to eat like 3 hours ago, and I'm very hungry.
I'm sorry. You should have said something. Billy's such a saint. We're going to try this together just with butter. I would eat it with cream cheese, but there's none in the house. Billy doesn't eat cream cheese. There's just the 2 of us. If I buy a brick of it, it's going to get wasted.
I feel like the viewers are going to have this picture in their head that I don't like to eat anything, because all the time it's like, he doesn't like this, he doesn't like that, he doesn't like this, he doesn't eat that.
That was only in the last video. Oh, we're doing... Wait, I don't want to eat it open face.
No, yeah, here.
Okay, so anyway, back to what I was saying, everybody. We're gonna taste this together just with the butter, see what we think. I'm really sad the seeds are all falling off. I used a lot of butter to make them stick. This is a naked bagel.
Oh no, they all fell off.
Yeah, let's put them on the inside.
I like to eat my bagels open face.
Oh, are you open face or closed face? Tell us in the comments.
Well, because when you close it, you get through it so much quicker.
I'm gonna get a separate dish. Should have just done that from the start. Okay, bagel cheers. I tasted Greek yogurt. Yeah.
I don't.
I notice it. I wouldn't make these again.
Maybe it's on the top?
I think if the seeds hadn't all fallen off, it would mask the Greek yogurt taste. Because I just had a bite with seeds, and it wasn't so noticeable. They don't taste. Everybody that said they taste just like real bagels, no they don't. I can tell the difference.
I think they're good. The top where it's not doesn't have this nice little like crisp at the bottom, I get a little bit more of that flavor you're talking about.
Yeah.
But it's not like bad.
Okay, maybe we try it again and stir in dehydrated onion. Like an onion bagel. I love onion.
Did you do like an egg wash on it to keep the
It
seeds on?
said you could use melted butter, and I thought that was easier.
I think maybe that wasn't enough.
I used a lot of butter.
I know, I mean like
Oh.
egg would stick better.
I don't know. You know what though? When I got a bite with the seeds, it was good. Still not the same as a real bagel, but
Better than like a Thomas's bagel.
yeah, and
Were they
cheaper.
difficult to make? I think they're pretty good.
Now, I think, because I was saying before, there's something called cloud bread that I'm pretty sure is this same dough. And I would make that, so not a bagel shape, and dip it in hummus, and I'd be a happy camper. I love hummus. I've mentioned that in like a lot of my videos, so sorry, but I love hummus. And I think this dough, this like recipe, I think would go nicely with hummus. I guess I can make it again.
I don't really taste any, like there was a little bit.
Of a Greek yogurt taste, is that what you're saying?
I guess a little bit. The muffin had it. The muffins you made previously, I tasted that.
That taste went away when they cooled down. Also, I should mention, I ate them cold out of the fridge.
I mean, most of the time I'm going to make an egg sandwich with this anyway, so I definitely wouldn't taste it at all with like cheese and ketchup on it.
That's fair. All right. We'll make them again. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for tasting. Like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, click the bell, because we have more food in the oven right now as we speak. Thank you so much for watching.
A minus.
Oh! B plus.
Is that the same?
No, they're different.